What's my reaction? It's Barack Obama. It's Barack Obama. That's my reaction. It's Obama. No, they steal everything. They cheat, lie, and steal. They do the work of the devil. That's who they are. That's the only way they're going to stop Trump from being president is to murder him. I'm sorry for my language. Did you see what happened? I just got down. This is a day that'll go down in infamy. A day that'll go down in infamy. All right? Shame, shame, shame. Did I see anybody bleeding? I saw Trump get up. I'm told a man was shot over here, all right, several times. They carried him out. Now, was it the shooter? I do not know. It appears the shooter may have been over there. When he went down on the stage, he was down for a while, all right. I don't know if they would just tell him to stay down, probably, but when he came up, he showed some sign that something happened to him, all right, and then he gave the thumbs up sign. He gave the thumbs up sign. He left here. He looks to be in decent health. He's going to survive, and this will be the shot heard around the world, all right. This is the shot heard round the world. All right. This was not a lone. This was JFK. It wasn't a lone shooter. All right. Do your homework.
Hold on a second. What's up, blessed ones? You are now blaring the podcast. Brought to you by AB1 Studios. Thank you for your time. Listening. You want to know something else, blessed ones? So, I'm nowhere close to politicians and political, but this is just really something I wanted to address. It's not funny. It's really sad. I know a lot of people felt like it was staged. A lot of people believe that, and of course, that there already have been skits and jokes about it. Now, and regardless, whether it was staged or not, what had happened the other day in Pennsylvania at a Trump rally. And again, I don't have all the details, but like I say, I'm just like anybody else. I wasn't there, so I can only go on what is happening, because obviously there has been people that lost their life, including the shooter. But Trump was speaking in Pennsylvania, and what seemed to sound like shots. And again, I'm not a gun connoisseur. I'm not gonna act like that I know what all guns sound like. But there was a shooter on the roof, and they shot at Trump, and he was hit in the ear. My main thing was when he got up and put that Nation of Domination fist up, that was it for me. I was just kind of like, man, I pray and hope that this is just a different type of situation, because I know people was going in on Amanda Seals about her remarks on it, and then she came back and kind of retract her statement. But my main thing is, hey, good for Trump. He survived. Again, this guy's, what is he, in the 70s, 80s or whatnot, and he was hit. But my main thing is, like, the security detail. Because, like I said, once again, despite all the conspiracy theories, despite all the opinions and what was going on, a lot of people that are commenting on it, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, they wasn't there. We were getting a lot of reactions from people who were there, the Pennsylvania residents and Trump supporters, and of course they're going to, stand with their guy. Like I said, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not, a Biden supporter. What you heard earlier in the video, I feel like it's nonsense. I don't know why people are always trying to bring Barack Obama, and this man has been out of office for almost 10 years. And, it seems like people are still mad about it. And again, like I said, I can't say whether it was or not, because I've watched enough TV. I watched enough wrestling. I watched enough rap videos and seen enough of antics that's like certain things are real and then certain things aren't. And then in casualties of war, because even they talked about it on 9/11, because the victims that were killed during this, my prayers go out to their families. And I just pray and hope that this wasn't something that was staged, because once again, I don't have all the details, but like I said, I just wanted to point that out, because at the same time, it was the Nation of Domination fist. That's the highlight of that moment. The Nation of Domination fist with the bloody ear and everything. That's straight out of a WWE storyline. But we all know, for those of you who are familiar, Trump is a Hall of Famer, and he is a celebrity, and he is an entertainer. And I just hope and pray that it wasn't, because again, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and act like that. It's not impossible, because it's like one of those things, a casualty of war. But for those who've lost their life during that, my condolences to their family. But as always, I'm here to point out some things. This is episode 108. I am Blair. As it says in the intro, happy birthday to me. I'm not someone who make an announcement about it. I'm grateful to see another year. I thank God for allowing me to see 37. But I will continue to bring y'all meaningful, substantial content. And one thing that I also want to touch on is there was this video that I seen earlier with Angel Reese, and she was talking about how men or whoever was asking to get flew out. Now, again, I'm not, an advocate for cancel culture or advocate for Me Too movement. I do believe in equality and women's rights and everything, but what I'm not an advocate for is that, I just want accountability. And I just want to say, like, who am I to judge? But men, y'all have to pick up your balls. Okay, I understand that Angel Reese is a beautiful young woman. I don't know what the age range is on you know you know these men, but this is one of these type instances where it's like people always talk about gender roles and 50-50s and everything like that. And I know that there are women who men have flew out, and some have even addressed and spoke on not, not even giving them the cheek. But if you're really asking an Angel Reese inbox, ask her to fly you out, like you need to kind of just go watch some porn or do something. I mean, and again, as someone who uh, has been a recovering, reformed, you know, porn addict. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna say I was an addict, but someone who knows the disadvantage and the I always get stumbled on my words, but to know that the how porn can affect us as men and as women, it's just kind of always funny to hear, and it's sad to hear because it's like, again, I believe that men and women should be able to do certain things of the same, but even with men flying women out, like they say, it's not tricking if you got it. But even with men flying women out, it's just a different lifestyle, and I don't know why. Even in women, um, that you feel the need to think that someone you don't even know would do something like that. And it's one of those narratives that I always say is like, hey, just because there are certain instances doesn't make that the standard. All right, because it's we're in a society now, and again, like we're in the this is the internet's world. This is the internet's America, and the world is changing. Sometimes there is good, and then there's also bad. But I just feel like when you're and I have to give them some grace. Again, like I said, I'm a 37-year-old man, and these are people probably in their early 20s, probably never had money, probably never even been outside their own city. But at the same time, we have to still be able to take a stance on something. So me being a father, and it's like I'm talking to the young men out there, like, have some respect for yourself, have some respect for women that you're interested in, women that you are involved with, or just even women you do not know, because again, people are crazy, so you have to be vigilant. And I try to, I can't stress it enough. I try to incite that all the time because, and all jokes aside, people get, there's risk in that as well, because it's like, hey, is this something like we have to start making better decisions in our lives? And again, like for me being older and, being close to my 40s and like not always making the best decisions, it's like, man, maybe it's a different lifestyle, I understand, but I think there's still that high frequency, divine energy that we must all be attained with, because we can speak hypothetics, but let's speak realistically. For one, you don't You probably don't know this woman. And for two, why would she do that? And what would you expect with that? Because I'll tell you one thing. I don't care if you got a multi-million-dollar contract. And my pride as a man, like I'm not one of these. I'm like I don't like you can make way more than me. You can make more way than me. I wouldn't personally feel comfortable asking a woman, regardless of what her age is, like, hey, find me out, or can you do this? Because there's certain things that you just cannot ask a woman to do for you, regardless if she makes more money than you or not. And I know this is a monetized generation now, society now. Everything's about getting a bag and getting a buck. But that's I just feel like that's kind of disrespectful and tasteless in my personal opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. But you got to stand on those things. And then here's another question I do want to ask this, because here's another video that I seen going back again to Instagram. There was a guy, he was I forgot what song it was, but of course he was playing around. But what would you do if a man, or even if a woman comes up to you, starts singing to you and your partner's right there? Like, what do you do? Because of course it's probably something made for content, but like it's kind of like that's kind of the same way as the whole thing with the Meagan Good, Jonathan Majors, Michael Ealy situation, because there was that video of we only seen Michael Ealy picking up Meagan Good, hugging her, and they haven't seen each other in a while. And of course, we all know, they have a rapport and some type of relationship, whether if it was business or friendship or not. But it was like, it's been a minute, and then I think it was D Smoke and his lady. But a lot of people was talking about, he didn't acknowledge Jonathan Majors. But from my view, it looked like he was just giving them dap as well. But of course, so this social media, there's always going to be some type of clip. So what's this saying that Charlamagne always say? What was No one cares about the lie one. No one cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. And again, this is my field. But what would you say are the guidelines? Because there are guidelines. I don't care what you say. There are guidelines in a relationship. And of course, everybody has their own relationship. Sometimes people feel like, hey, it ain't based on, whether you're married or not, but there are certain red flags. How would you react? I pose this to the listeners. How would you react if some random man, some random person started singing to your partner? In all fairness, even if they was just playing around, how would you feel? What would you do? And then also in the other instance with the Jonathan Majors, Michael Ealy thing, because again, we didn't hear any. Like, I didn't see any responses from them, because the Shannon Sharp Meagan Good interview actually happened. Like, that dropped probably like before this whole video went out, and nobody's really talking about the Meagan Good interview. But I thought it was great. However, there are those cats out here who are kind of just waiting for you to mess up so they can get in on your girl and stuff. So and it's like sometimes they can't be doing no fake handshakes. But again, we don't know. They probably have a relationship. A lot of people really hating on majors too. Like, hey, they just mad, and why, like, how they still, they seem like it's just so much. But again, like I say, sometimes we can't allow the comments and on social media to kind of get under our skin, because a lot of the people comment could be our children. Some people are adults, but it's like, hey, you got to find your audience, find your algorithm, because that's what happens. It's the algorithm. So I just posed that question. It was just really something quick, because like I said, it's a new day, and I haven't really, and this one was a little forced. There was just a couple things on my mind, because power is how often, a lot of the shows that I watch, I should probably start doing, doing those reviews, start doing that, making more clips on my page. But that's just something. Just a couple things that stood out to me this weekend. Trump being shot, Michael Ealy being light skinned, and just the etiquette and how you are to behave, or how you're supposed to move when you're in a relationship. So, because I did watch Divorce and the Black of Corey Hardwick and Meagan Good, and this kind of gave me the idea and gave me the thought of, like, man, as someone who's been divorced, it's powerful. There is some there's some relations to the Trump the Trump Trump incident, Trump controversy, and this Meagan Good, Jonathan Mays, and Michael Ealy. And I want to leave y'all with one thing. And I'm just still can't get over that Nation of Domination fist bump. Yo, that jump was funny. But I'm gonna leave y'all with one thing. Everybody is talking about not trusting politicians. Donald Trump's not one. But also believing the internet is not a real place. Leave that as it may. But the most important thing we have to remember, especially when you're only seeing things with your eyes, because a lot of times our eyes can deceive us. And I mean, we have to be logical still here. We still have to make sense. But even with that, things aren't always what they seem. And because things aren't always what they seem, you have to remember to keep your opinions to yourself sometimes, because once again, you could be playing a dangerous game when you say certain things without having the whole story. A lot of times people say allegedly. A lot of people will say, I think, like, my opinion, but we have to be mindful of respecting other people's privacy, respecting other people's space, respecting other people's, families. Because again, we base certain things off hearsay. What happened at Trump rally in Pennsylvania, I believe it was live, but they said people died. And my whole thing is, like, sometimes it's okay to just be spectators. We don't have to be commentators. Just like even with the Jonathan Majors and the Meagan Good, sometimes it's important to just let people move how they move. because one thing that I did say is some people who are that has views that has something to say about other people's relationships, they're not the same people that's probably saying something like that supporting it. We just the algorithm just allows us to see all different opinions. But like I said, we can't please everybody. So make sure y'all follow my YouTube page, social media page. I have some more presence there for y'all, some entertainment there, some upliftment, some stories there as well. Now that I'm 37, I think I'm going to do some more rebranding, redirecting. As always, there's nothing wrong with redirecting yourself and doing some soul searching, because I think the most important thing in life that we can do is to grow, and also leaving our mistakes and leaving our flaws out there, because it goes back in, people who don't mind don't. People who matter don't mind, and people who mind don't matter. The sentiment, that sentiment, I couldn't even get it out. But I want y'all to just be safe today and always. Be positive, be productive, and prosper. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day, and I'll be back, and I'm gonna probably start leaving more clips, and just be sure to like, share, subscribe. This is Blair Kansas Kid Bear.